Alright, before I can get back to work on Tankenstein, I have to put a water pump in my truck. It's been leaking for a while, and I'd say it started leaking at the Applefest car show, and it just kept topping up. Now it's pissing out. I haven't been driving in a couple weeks, maybe 3, I'm not even sure. But I need to install the water pump. It's a 2001 3500 GMC with the 6-liter Vortec in it. So we're going to show you how to put the water pump on this, and should be lots of fun. And then we'll get back to working on this. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is kick this drain pan under here. It was on sale for 10 bucks, and then this here is, I don't know, it's a transmission drain adapter. I'm going to put that right in the center of the vehicle, like that. We're probably not going to touch the drain spigot on the rad because I don't like doing that. Okay. They have a tendency to break off sometimes or strip or leak out there, so we're just going to leave it alone. Alright, first thing I want to do is take the shroud off. I'll take the 2 10mm bolts out at the top, and there's some push clips down here. I'll show you how they come out in a second. Remove these two. We'll remove this little attachment and that one, and we're going to take the breather element out of the way. We're going to knock this breather tube off. I believe that's a 5/16 8mm or a flathead screwdriver. Unloosen that, tighten it, whatever you want to do. The same goes over here on this one by the mass airflow sensor. Loosen that off, and the rad hose will be joined in here. It's just pushed in there. This one's already off, so don't have to worry about that. And you're gonna have to fight with it a little bit. It should come right out of there. Kind of like pry it up like that, but throw it outside. While I'm in here, I'm gonna clean the throttle body. Resist the temptation to put your screwdriver in here and pry that off. Sometimes you can damage that, so be careful about that. Alright, to get the shroud out, if you've already drained your rad, you can go ahead and take the top rad hose off. I'm just gonna bend mine back because I don't care. No, just because I don't like touching those spring clamps. I never reuse them because you can never seem to put them back in the right spot. They always leak after, so I always get rid of them unless I'm desperate. Anyway, pull that out. That'll open that bay up, and the water pump's right here. And what most times happens is the little plastic rubber pieces in between the block leak. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Here's a new water pump. I'm going to ensure it's the same one, which I believe it is. Most of the time what happens with these bad boys is the little gaskets, they go between here and the block, they leak. They're plastic on the original. Now this has a newer clamp on the bottom rad hose, which probably leads me to believe, since it's got the spring clamps on it here still, that someone's put a thermostat in it, which is a bonus because you need to put the thermostat in the new one right there. I probably should have bought a new one and put it in there for 12 bucks, but I forgot. Anyway, the new kit gives you a couple of thermostat housing bolts, probably because the old ones break off, and the new gaskets are, see, the ones on the block here are plastic on the outside, and this usually separates from the plastic, but these are steel, which is good. It means there's probably a specific torque to it, but I'm probably just gonna go by feel. Anyway, next step. Alright, so the next step is we have to get this ginormous fan off of here, which isn't normally a problem usually, but it's got this big square nut on here. Well, not square, but a nut. And a lot of times they're rotted on there, which this one looks like it is. Now you can do two things. I've taken off with air chisels before, with a flat, not a chisel type, but like a punch type, flat round, and you hit it on the side here, but it scars it up pretty good. So don't do that unless you have to. But the first thing you gotta do is figure out which way that bad boy comes off. If you have your new water pump, most of the times it's counterclockwise. Look at the pitch of your threads. You can see they're slanted to the right, which means it's counterclockwise to come off. So I have borrowed this from work because I don't really have a use for buying one, but I'm sure you could probably rent one. It's got all the different sizes. Anyway, get that installed on there, figure out which one is, and I usually hit it with the hammer on the top. But you must leave your belt on there to do this. Alright, so I can't find my damn hammer, so Next best thing, whatever you got on hand that's big and heavy. I'm gonna use my friggin' axe. Not that I like doing this, but anyway. I got hammers all over the place here. Think I can find them? Last time I had a hammer, it was on the tank. Where is that? Right there, behind me. Where it is now, I don't know. Anyway, next step. Now I leave the belt on it to hold the water pump pulley. I'm sure there's another method to do it, maybe water pump pliers, but if you ever had to put it back on, that would be probably pretty bad for it. Anyway, let's try to see if we can knock it off without heating it. And sometimes the air chisel works better, but this one's been rotting pretty good. Doesn't look like she's gonna cooperate with me. Holy frig. Yeah, the water pump's loose anyway. There it goes. You gotta hit her a good one. Usually when it breaks free, you can take it and just spin it. Now, watch your rad when it comes off, because this could technically gouge that, put a hole in it. Anyway, spin her off, and then we'll get our belt off, like that, and it didn't hit, so that's good. Alright, with a 15mm wrench, remove your belt on the tensioner. Alright, so at this point I'm going to check the tensioners. That tensioner is no good, actually. It's plastic, it's going to have to be replaced. See the chunk of it? And you can hear the bearing in it. A lot of my noise was from there. But this one here, I can replace the bearing. You can kind of hear it. You can see my water pump's loose. Quite bad. Didn't know it was that bad. Alright, so we're going to take the bottom rad hose off and drain my antifreeze right here. Okay, because I opted to, I have to change the thermostat over anyway, I'm just going to take the two bolts out of there and I'll let it drain out, and I'll put my pan under it, and I'll take the top rad pressure cap off. I'll let it drain that way. Alright, I just loosened the top bolt off and I took the bottom one right out, so I'm just going to give that a little pull. Not too fast. Check my drain pan underneath, make sure I'm catching it, and then away we go. Okay, we take the top tensioner off. You could have did this before, probably the bottom rad hose, but there's 3 15mm head bolts. One right under there, one right there, right there. Remove the 3. Then we're going to come back 15mm and take this tensioner off as well, because I need to replace the bearing. But normally you wouldn't even have to do that, but I need to fix that before it becomes a problem. Alright, so I pulled my bottom thermostat out and kind of put it down here out of the way. I'm going to change the gasket on it. For now, I'm going to change the pulley here, and the air compressor hasn't been spun in a while, so what happens a lot of times, these AC tensioners seize up here and take the belt out, which this one is. So I have a new tensioner for this and a belt. I'm going to stick that in there while I'm there. Bearing's good on it, as long as the pump isn't seized up, which it turns still, so I'm hoping the AC works after. Okay, I'm going to take some of these spring clamps off next and probably throw them in the garbage. If you have to, reuse them, but I don't like reusing them because you can never get them sealed. I always had leaks after. So I got this special pair of pliers. Now you can use a normal pair too, but these are designed to take the spring clamps off. I think I paid 10 bucks for them maybe. I'm not sure. It's well worth it if you have a GM, or some of the other cars have the spring clamps like that too. So I'm going to take all 3 of those off. 1, 2, 3, the heater hoses, and then we'll come back and take the water pump bolts out. Alright. So they kind of work like this, and it's got a little thingy there. When you push it down, it won't let it open anymore. I never hardly use that, but it could be handy. And I'm just going to slide them out of the way for now and let them hang there. Now the next part, I have a special hook set at work, but you can use a screwdriver. Try to go up underneath here and gently pry the rubber away from the steel without actually ripping it or puncturing it. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. We're going to try it. What I'm going to try to do is get up, gently get up underneath in between the rubber and the steel without puncturing your hose. And kind of wiggle that around. Now I have a 90-degree pick at work. It works good for this. You get up underneath there and wiggle it around. And you can see that one's broke free now. That's pain in one hand. But I'm trying to give you guys the idea what I'm doing here. I'm trying to save that. Now I'm going to come back, take the spring clamp right off of here, get rid of it. Now put a hose clamp on the bottom. Do that same with this one. Top one's a little bit trickier. Alright, the next step is 6 10mm bolts. 3 on this side, 3 on this side. Oop, over there. I'll get them out. Hopefully they're not seized in the casting. Alright, with the last bolts out of there, she should come right off. With any luck. You'll see the gaskets I'm talking about. Well, the one just fell down in there. They separate from the steel or the plastic and they start leaking. Like this side right here. Ready to go, GM. Oh well, she's been there a long time, so both the plastic things fell down in there. I'll get one, I'll show you if I can find it. I stand corrected, these were steel just like the ones I have, and they fell apart too. But that's where the leak was on this one. It was leaking down on here on this side. It happens all the time, but this water pump was pooched anyway, so it's time to change it. Yeah, I was leaking through the center as well. That happens all the time. You can see it. This is the bottom side. There's a little weep hole down there, right there. And this one here was leaking out of the snout because it had so much play in it. I wonder if I could repack that. I doubt it. Not like the old days. Alright, so the next step is going to be to clean the block off as best you can. You want to remove all this debris. Now I usually have a cookie grinder thingy with a abrasive disc at work. You can use a razor blade, you can use a scraper, a screwdriver, doesn't matter as long as it's really clean. And maybe go over top of it with some, you could also use some, oh, that fine paper, it can't come to me right now. I'm at a mental block. Whatever that stuff is. Emery cloth, that's it. Alright, the bottom AC tensioner, these things, the bearings always pile up on them, take the belt out. And sometimes the spring in here goes too. Regardless, it's 2 15mm bolts on the bottom, down in there. I got mine with a deep socket with a small short ratchet. It should have made life easier with an inch extension in there. Would work better. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the gaskets on the block now and reinstall my AC belt before I forget. Make it my life a little easier. There's a little hole in the front here. Use a 3/8 ratchet with an extension on it. Be a lot easier. You don't have to, but that's what I'm going to do. It'll actually swing downwards. Okay, back at her. We're going to clean this up. I got not a very abrasive pad on here. Alright, clean that all up, both sides, and then we'll reinstall the water pump. Okay, so the next part's going to be a little bit tricky. At work I usually glue these gaskets on, but you'll need 2 bolts in it to hold it in place. If you don't, it'll fall down and you'll miss it. So I need 2 bolts for sure on both sides as you reinstall. Bit tricky if you don't glue it. I recommend gluing it with like a 3M weather stripping or something like that. Alright, so I started all my bolts, and you can kind of look down there and see if you have your gasket all lined up, which I do. Now, there'll be a manufacturer torque spec. Look it up for your specific vehicle. I'm not going to tell you what I'm torquing it to, by feel probably, but anyway. Reinstall the way you've taken it off of there. I'm going to add my AC belt next after I tighten this up, then my hoses, then my thermostat, and then my pulleys, then my belt. Then it'll be the rad shroud, top rad hose, blah blah blah. When you reinstall your fan on here, make sure you knock it with a hammer to tighten it a little bit with that wrench right there. Alright, just give that wrench a tap with the hammer tight. Doesn't have to be real tight, and you're good to go. Alright guys, if you like this kind of thing, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and please share my videos. It helps me out a whole lot. More of the Tankenstein coming up soon. Have a whole lot of work around here to do, but all that top end noise that I heard on this, pretty much gone. Thanks guys, talk to you later.